How's it going, guys? It's been a while since I made my last video, and judging by the thumbnail and the title of this video, you know that I've gotten rid of the S4, and there's a reason why I had to get rid of the S4. So I went through both the dealership and as well as an indie shop, and they both came to the same conclusion, and so that's why I got rid of it. So the way the story goes is I was driving on a hot Arizona day. I mean, this was an exceptionally hot day, and I saw the temperature gauge on the gauge cluster fluctuating, so it was extremely abnormal. You typically see in the middle of the gauge, and mine was going up and down, and that kind of didn't make any sense. And then it clicked, maybe it's the thermostat. And so I thought it was the thermostat, so I parked the car. I had the car towed to the dealership thinking it was the thermostat, because you know the S4s are known to have their thermostats failing. And that's when the service advisor at the dealership essentially said that he was finding coolant in my oil. And so I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean you're finding coolant? And that immediately said head gasket, but then he told me like there are three possible ways this could be happening. Either it's your CR valve, which I don't really know what it is. It's like an oil separator valve, and then the oil cooler itself, and then the head gasket. I authorized the dealership to go and tear it down and kind of get to the oil cooler and the CR valves, look at the PCV valve. The PCV valve I don't think really has anything to do with this, but it was, in the end, it was none of those things. And so but for them to be conclusive and say that it was the head gasket, they had to, you know, like take off all the stuff and get to the heads. At this point, it's getting pricey. I spoke with my the warranty company, and they said they'll cover the head gasket if it's a head gasket, and it needs to be proven. Even though there's clearly something wrong with the car, and all the techs and everyone's saying that it has to be the head gasket, the warranty company wants it to be proven. So at this point, you know, a lot of time goes by. At this point, I've been driving a loaner car from the dealership. The service advisor took the car and he gave it to the R8 technicians. So because he figured they would have a better idea of how these S model, RS models, you know, all these higher end performance cars, I should say, work. And they basically said, yeah, I think it might be the head gasket, and if it is the head gasket, and judging by, like, you know, how the temperatures were fluctuating, I did, you know, you can't really trust the needle a whole lot, so I did have my OBD2 Bluetooth adapter plugged in, and I was reading the temperature directly off of my phone, and I did see it climb up to like 250. They were essentially saying that's enough temperature to, like, you know, warp your heads, and you're gonna essentially, basically, I'm gonna need a new engine. And that's what the dealership was coming down to, because they don't want to work on, the dealership does not want to work on any of the cars. They just, if it's anywhere remotely near this big of an issue, they'll just swap the engine out. But then I also wanted to get a second opinion, so I took it to the indie shop. They came to the same conclusion. So I did trade the car in. The dealership did find out that the car had oil in the coolant, and I told them, hey, there's a warranty company. You guys can deal with it through them. And so I just couldn't take any more losses that I already had taken, you know, with this car. So for the time being, I'm driving like a Hyundai Sonata. That's what I traded it in for. I know it's going from S4 to Hyundai Sonata. You know, one thing I'll tell you, the Hyundai Sonata is like, it has a lot more creature comfort, but the one thing it lacks is obviously the engine, and so that's the big thing that I want. And so then, for the time being, just to get around, I traded in for a Hyundai, and I got it at a great deal. And it's a newer car, lots of warranty still left on it. You get the idea. So I traded in for that, and I'm already looking at other cars, you know, to replace the S4. So right now I have my eyes set on a couple, one German and one American. I'm not gonna say what it is, but the thing is, I don't want to go and just straight out go and buy it, you know. So I wanted to, these kind of things I usually set as like goals in life. And so it's I want to set goals in life, and these are kind of like the rewards for achieving those goals. And so the S4 was one of those things. And so I have some goals that I've set, and I'm gonna try to hit those. And then as a reward for that, I will start diving deeper and doing my research into which one of those cars I should get. Yeah, with that said, it sucks. You know, this problem is extremely rare, and I would have never in a million years thought that this could happen to me, or to the S4s in general, because it's such an uncommon thing to happen in for the 3-liter V6 motors. I had to get rid of the car because I was already I owed more than the car is worth. So yeah, I was upside down on the car. And so all those things, I just, it became a huge financial burden at that point, and I couldn't afford to, you know, just have it sitting at my house and paying for it and just try to like get it fixed and stuff. And yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to tell you guys. And yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and yeah. Type in the comment section if you want to know more, if anything in specific and whatnot. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.